if they're a partner, it's important they still feel comfortable talking about to you about it. Connect your friends to resources in their community that you can give them information and guidance. If they break up with the abuser, continue to be supportive after the relationship is over. Even when you feel like there's nothing you can do, don't forget that by being supportive and caring, you really are doing a lot for them. And don't contact the abuser or publicly post negative things about them online. It'll only worsen the situation for your friend.
Okay.
I'm going to take over
This is
from
such a
here.
wonderful job. I just want to give you guys a round of applause. It's like, thank you so much for the support. It's showing up here. It's really, that's good. Thank you so much.
Don't wrap on that yet.
We're not doing it yet?
No.
Okay. All right, so hi everybody. My name's Anthony. I was probably the one saying to you, "Oh, please come, it's pizza." But okay. So my part is healthy relationships. Okay, so here, so Melissa added a couple pictures of what is like goals. You know, like what people think in society might be the prototypical relationship. By any chance, like, what do you guys think about it? Is there a goals relationship? What do you guys think?
I mean, not like a picture. I think stay loyal, stay consistent, and build. That's what I would say goals. So like this picture online, that picture is goals.
The
The one where they both graduated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone has their own definition. You know, maybe someone's goal is like, have a lot of sex and stuff. And anyone else before we move on to the next slide? Susie, go.
No, everybody's super good. I was gonna say really good communication. I think it's like key to every relationship.
Okay. Oh, and to explain how these prizes are handing out. So every time you participate, we're gonna give out a cup. So.
I got one.
I'll take my cup.
No, I don't want to come.
You don't want to come. Yeah. Okay, next slide. Okay. So these are some of the things that make, according to researchers, will make a healthy relationship. So as some of you mentioned, mutual respect, trust, honesty, support, fairness, equality, separate identities, good communication, and a sense of playfulness and fondness. Yeah. Like, okay. And what do you guys think about that? Like, any of them like stand out to you?
The playfulness, like, I feel like that one, aside from my trust and loyalty, that one is really important. You never lose between people with each other.
Yeah, and it's a way, like the research says, it's a way to, keep things exciting. Like, playfulness might mean going on a trip, going on a hotel or something, plan, something exciting. Oh, sorry, I'm ready to go.
I was going to say, I think a lot of people, I mean, I don't want to generalize it, but I think a lot of people have a hard time with these separate identities. Because I feel when you are in a relationship with someone, you get very attached to that individual, and you kind of forget to, like, it's important to have your own friends, it's important to have your own life. So that can very much evolve into an unhealthy relationship.
Right, and as we mentioned, this intertangling of your identities can get abusive. I like that. I mean, like.
Hi, so I completely agree with you. I want to add on to you. I think it is important that you have your separate identities in relationships. I've seen so many instances where, you'd be dating for about a week or even less than a week, and you guys have they've gotten so close to the point where they're constantly up each other's butt. They're spending so much time together, and then a couple months down the line, next thing you know, they're fighting all the time, they're having all these arguments, and it's like the littlest things that leads into the biggest things, and that's how a relationship gets hostile. So it's like, having your own friends, completely separate from your relationship, having your own identity, having, your own separate time, even time for yourself. All of that contributes to a healthy relationship.
Yeah, and I completely agree with what Melissa stated so perfectly. Signs of an unhealthy relationship is just like asking like, where are you going to be, what are you doing? It's just a constant like needing willing to explain your actions as necessary. Okay, well, so these are some characteristics of what you do in a healthy relationship. So take care of yourself and have good esteem, independent of your relationship. So what Nima and what Ida said, having separate lives, which is really important. Maintain and respect each other's individuality. So same kind of thing, it doesn't have to be, we always have to go somewhere together. I always don't have to know where you're going. Maintain relationships with friends and family. It's important to be civil, at least, to your other friends, family members. So I'm just gonna read a couple more from these lists. Is there anything that stands out to you guys from this list?
The trust part, because I think we normalize distrust within relationships way too much. Like, it's so funny, last time when I was in Starbucks, there was a couple, and I guess the girlfriend made the boyfriend call this one girl on his phone. She was labeled as, I should not, Arabic goddess. And she made him call her, put her on speaker to make sure, like, we were just, remember when we just got dinner with you and your cousins, like, we had nothing between us, right? She's like, yeah, we had nothing. And like, the girlfriend literally, like, was talking to her, was like, okay, you guys didn't kiss or anything. I swear to God, this all happened at Starbucks last night. And even like through Vine and like social media outlets, we make fun of like people checking each other's phones when they're in a relationship, like how to unlock the screen and stuff. And we laugh, but in reality, that is so unhealthy, that amount of distrust, because if you feel like you have to check your partner's phone to make sure that they're not talking to anyone else or they're not like, fooling around with anyone else, then you shouldn't even be in that relationship to begin with, because clearly you don't trust the person.
Exactly, and just as you can see, I think these type of relationships evolve that way, where there's insecurity between both partners, and then they feel like they have to constantly check each other. Oh, what is she doing on Facebook? What is she doing on Instagram? What is she doing on Snapchat? Chat. What is she doing on, what's another social media? Twitter. What's she doing? Oh my God, is that status directed at me? Oh, yeah,
I just want to piggyback off of what she said. This new share my location
Yeah.
thing on iPhones, where you constantly have access to somebody's location. I think that's causing a lot of unhealthy relationships. Like, one of my friends, he just won't share his relationship with his girlfriend, and they've been arguing for like 3 weeks a night. Like, he doesn't want her to know, like, oh, I'm with my friends. I feel like there's no really, there's no, it just starts arguments for no reason. I feel like that's becoming like, another factor in the story.
To kind of like go against that a bit, I would say that it's individuals, like the couple as well, because they could like each other in an unhealthy relationship, like unhealthy kind of like start arguing and everything. But I think it also kind of shows that you're willing to let the people know where you are all the time in case something happens. Like if you have like nothing, like if you have no way of contacting, you're not responding to anything. You might have that there. I'm not saying it's the best thing for the word. There's like always inside here.
Yeah, and like you can see it. You can see it right there. There's different opinions. One partner might feel like, hey, I just want to make sure my girlfriend's safe, and just let me know what's happening. While the other one says, no, get off my back. All has like valid cases, but it's just coming within the middle line.
So, I think a good happy medium with that would be that. So I'm married, right? But I'm not, up my husband's butt about where he's always at. You need to text me, when you get there, and text me, when you wipe your ass, and then text me when you're, I'm not. It's not about, right? So it's more about like, oh hey babe, I'm gonna go play basketball with whoever. All right, that's cool. Dinner will be ready at 7:30. If you don't want it cold, be back around that time, type of thing. And it's also me being secure within myself in that relationship to be like, he's gonna go out with his friends. I don't have to be there. I can be, doing my own thing. So it's more about to make sure like that, your partner's kind of safe type of thing, but to also know that you don't have to know everything, and you should be able to put that trust within your partner that, if they know what's good for them, they will.
Right, and Ingrid, you provided a perfect segue to scare Ingrid, what Ingrid stated, some communications and boundaries, that can signify a healthy relationship. Speak up, be honest about your opinions with your partner. Respect your partner, like Ingrid said, if you want to go play basketball with your friends, that's fine. Compromise, you can always come to a middle ground about stuff. Be supportive. You respect each other's privacy, as we clearly, like everyone, that's a topic of consensus. You do need your individual lives. Boundaries. Go out with your friends without your partner. As we were saying, everyone has their own mind. Okay, here were some resources. If anyone wants these slides, by the way, me and Melissa will be very happy.
We have the resources printed out too, if any of you want to pick one up at the end.
Okay.
I wanted to add something about the compromise. Some people think that compromising means giving up everything that you want to do for that individual. I feel like that's kind of stupid because compromising isn't like, okay, I'm going to get rid of everything I love from my life just so to make you happy.
Exactly. Melissa was mentioning that can cause sometimes an unhealthy relationship where you feel like you have to give up a lot of your things to this one partner, and it can create a vicious cycle. Okay, so we're talking about breakups. I know it's a somber topic. So as you all, if you've ever been broken up before or have broken up with somebody, obviously it's a really hard, time, especially if you were not the one initiating it. As research has shown, like people who who were broken up with still look at their partner at a positive light, which, for obvious reasons that can leave the person who just got broken up with, lingering on and wondering, like, how come I wasn't good enough? And it can really cause yourself to blame yourself. Right here, in other words, if your significant other breaks up with you, you're more likely to regard them. All right, more facts on breakups. So romantic breakups are cited as one of life's most stressful events. My mom has said this to me, like, just get over it. Not that hoe, but I'm serious. Like, it's one of the life's most stressful events, and as Wahida stated, you're putting your life into that person, so it's gonna be stressful. You put yourself into that relationship. So right here, having an experience of breakup is associated with numerous mental health outcomes. Most young adults, 18 to 35, who experience a breakup are more likely to report feelings of anger and sadness. So this anger and sadness is from like, wow, how come she broke up with me? I didn't know it work. And honestly, I've been through a breakup myself, and these are exactly what you feel. Yeah. Okay, and studies have shown, I think we mentioned this, individual sense of self is interlocked with that partner, and reasonably so, because you go to their houses, you meet their parents, and all that stuff. And especially the longer you've been with somebody, if you've been with someone for a year, 2 years, 3 years, it can really get harder there, because a study suggests that the more time you've had with your partner, the more it's going to be difficult with you, because it is such an attachment, it's such a bond. Okay, heartbroken, figuratively and literally. So this study, basically, the main finding, go a little swimming here. So basically, when people were shown pictures of their ex-partners, and their neurological thingy showed up, it showed, activity in the areas of pain and loss. So it shows that, heartbreak does hurt physically, as, people, if you can look at, old Facebook posts or old Twitter or just things that they gave you, it can really mean a lot and it can really be hurtful. Just I want to ask real quick around the room, how long do you think does it take to cope with a breakup?
Half a year.
Half a year, Carlos, who else?
It depends on how long the relationship is. If it was
No.
like a really long relationship,
Mine-
it takes you longer than if it was like a 6-month relationship.
It depends, because it depends on people's upbringing and if they've had traumatic experiences. Because even like something that was 7 months, for me took 2 years to get over. So it really just depends on everybody.
Get a high five too.
It depends.
So go.
I feel like it also depends on how fast the other partner moves on. If you see that they found somebody else within like 2-3 weeks and they're still coping, it kind of turns more into anger and like frustration and sadness, I feel like.
Yeah. It does, you know, right? Like, see someone else, you're significant other with someone else that you used to be so close with, that's gonna be. Okay. All right, so I got some perspectives, like as you know, you all said, this psychotherapist says it depends if you are the lever or the left. The lever can get over them, especially if there's a new person almost immediately. The left can feel burned and betrayed so bad it can take all their life to get over it. So kind of some things that Susie was saying, it doesn't really matter on the time frame. If you felt that strong emotional bond with somebody, it's gonna take some time to get over it. This one other perspective, too long. While you're in it, no matter how long it takes, it'll be too long. And 3, if anyone watched How I Met Your Mother, I think they explain it very. So Ted goes, everyone has an opinion on how long it takes to recover from a breakup. Livy says half the length of the relationship. So if you're going out for a year, it takes 6 months. Robin, exactly 10,000 days. Marshall, 1 week for every month we're together. I'm not. Barney, you can't measure something like this in time. There's a series of steps from her bed to the front door. Bam, out of there next. Ted, the moment you meet that person who gets you back in the game. So what do you guys think?
I agree with Barney.
Robin.
Okay, so now to get to the answer, there is no answer because the closest research I've found is that it takes 3 months just to see positive things from your relationships, and it's really unknown how long it takes because every person is, you know, a unique person in their own individual. It's always depending on the situation, as Melissa went over some of the characteristics of an unhealthy relationship. Some of these things take a long time to get over. Perspective of the dumper. I think this is really a good perspective because, especially if you've been dumped, you know, you just tend to look at the person who dumped you an asshole, like that whole that thing. So I got an perspective from you. If you're in the peer counseling class, so I just got like little blog posts similar to what we do, like reaction papers. So I put this one up. You feel like a criminal because it feels like you're stabbing your best friend, partner in the back after so many years of promises. I think that sentence alone just sums it up. It just shows you that breaking up with somebody is not easy too, and especially if they're going through the signs of an unhealthy relationship, it can be really hard to leave that person that you really love and you really don't care for them. So it can be really hard from the perspective of the number. I think this is the second thing. So this was really interesting. I found myself focused more on the anger. I felt about not getting my needs met in the relationship that I do about feeling getting hurt. And I feel as though that is the primary difference between the dumper and the dumpee. So basically, just to summarize it, the perspective of a dumper might be, you know, really angry that, you know, you didn't treat me this way, you didn't give me this stuff, you did all these X, Y, and Z that was lacking from a relationship. Oh, or this reason. For me, when I dumped my exes, I just wanted some time to be myself. These were from like Yahoo Answers. I always go there for some reason. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought this perspective was really good because sometimes, my personal experience, you blame yourself for why some things happen, and you say to yourself, well, how come I wasn't good enough? You know, what happened here? I thought everything was fine, but sometimes a person just needs time to be themselves. Sometimes they weren't ready for what you wanted to do. And I think this perspective was really useful because not all relationships are fucked up or screwed up. All relationships, I feel, have some good towards themselves. So I thought that was good. Okay. So I read an article. It was on Huffington Post, some suggested ways to cope with the breakup. 1, feel and allow your feelings. So that might include doing an activity, you know, getting some exercise, maybe just have some sit-down time with your friends, have a cup of coffee. You know, I think I read an article complaining about your ex. You know, it feels good to, you know, like, oh, you know, like, oh my God. You know,
Why is it
I don't know. To avoid get over it advice. I think this is really crucial, as Melissa said, that, you know, one of the things when you're trying to help a friend get over somebody is